Oye, esto es solo para los rumberos.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Raw Food Muscle. I'm your host Santiago, and today we're back in the kitchen and I'm going to be making you a super simple breakfast. And actually you can use this any time of the day, so it really doesn't matter if it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, whatever. But what I'm going to be making you guys is a sprouted buckwheat cereal. And this is really simple to make because it doesn't require any, fancy dehydrators or anything like that. All you need is your buckwheat. And I had this here soaking for 6 hours. And then I took it out and basically let it sprout for a little bit. And I'm not sure if you can see this, but you can see some of the little tails in there. And that's what you want to look for when you're actually trying to sprout them, the actual buckwheat. Now, somebody had asked me a question in regards to, what do I eat on a daily basis to maintain my muscle mass or to build muscle mass? And, it's kind of a loaded question because what I eat varies from day to day. What I will normally do on a daily basis is have some buckwheats because it's loaded with minerals. I mean, 1/4 cup of buckwheat sprouts will have about 10 grams of protein in it. Now, of course, if you're not lifting weights, if you're not really trying to gain a whole lot of muscle mass, you don't have to worry too much about having a lot of protein because you're only going to be doing that if you're pushing your muscles to the maximum, and so you need that protein, the extra protein, to make sure you don't lose any muscle mass. So this is what I do. And of course I got to have my green shake. So when I'm going throughout my day, if I have something like this for breakfast, sometimes, probably most of the time, especially now that it's getting warm out, I'll have a shake, a green shake. I usually put like 3-4 handfuls of greens, whether it be spinach or kale. Then I'll do some oranges, freshly squeezed oranges, about 5 or so, and a little bit of honey, and then I'll go ahead and blend it. Then what I'll do is I'll split that between Kathy and I. Now on my half of it, I'll actually pour another scoop of the sprouted, it's called raw protein, and it's basically a protein powder that comes from sprouts. And I'll put that in there as well. I think that's about 16 to 18 grams of protein in that one scoop. And of course you got your greens for the extra protein. But for me, specifically, I have to probably have at least 2 of those big shakes a day with the protein powder. Then I'll have something like this, and then I'll have other fruits like a banana or something like that. And so basically what I do is I pour a cup of my buckwheat in there. Then I just take my banana, and you want to make sure you use a banana that's spotted. You don't want anything that's green or doesn't have the spots on it, because you want to make sure that it's ripened, okay? And that's where it gets all the nutrients from. So, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut this up. And I should be using a cutting board, but I'm just going to use this with my hands. Don't try this at home, folks, unless you know what you're doing with the knife. So, alright, and that's pretty much it with the banana. And then what I would do is that I just add a little bit of some blueberries in there, and then some raisins, and then that's pretty much it. Then I add my this is raw almond milk. And I'll have this just once a day. If I'm really that hungry, then I'll probably have, maybe twice a day. But that's really rare, So I mean, if I'm, doing a lot of stuff around the yard, plus my workout routine, then I might do something like that. But the other thing I really like to have is coconuts. My coconut water, young coconut water with the meat. Because it's really high in electrolytes, and for some reason my body really craves coconuts. I mean, when I first started going on this raw journey, I really craved coconut water. When I first I had my first one, not want to say my first one because I used to drink them when I was a kid in Santo Domingo, and maybe that's probably where it comes from. But also I think it's because the damage that I've done to my liver over the years back in my drinking days. And so I think naturally for me, I'm inclined to just like the coconut water. It's for me, it's something I really like to have. But you know, it's a really good source of electrolytes. So when you're talking about, you know, exercising and pushing your muscles to the maximum, that water is extremely beneficial. So you mix that with the greens, you mix that with orange juice, and then of course, you know, some extra protein powder. You can use hemp protein powder, and then you know, sometimes I use goji berries, sometimes I use strawberries, blueberry shakes. So it really just depends on what my mood is, you know. And then sometimes I may have like a big bowl of spinach salad with some romaine salad, some cut up cucumbers, some cut up tomatoes, and maybe some olive oil and some lemon juice as like a dressing. And other times I may make, like, you know, a sprouted veggie roll. Well, not a veggie roll. It's kind of a veggie roll. You basically take sprouts and you cut up some veggies and you roll it on either a spinach wrap or you roll on a kale leaf or whatever you have available. And something like that, well, I'll just pop in my mouth. It's really good. It's really, you know, it's a different variety of having to have, you know, some sweets. You know, for example, you know, if you're not really into, you know, drinking a lot of juices, then, you know, you might want to just stick with doing, you know, just the greens, hardcore greens, and don't put anything else in it. Maybe some additional protein powders if you can take it, you know. For me personally, I like mixing my greens in with something sweet, some fruits, whether that be, you know, coconut water, bananas, oranges. And, you know, it really depends on your particular taste. So for me specifically, I have to make sure I get in at least 2 good strong shakes a day with some good cereal, and then I'll probably have, you know, 2 or 3 bananas, you know, throughout the day. Then maybe probably another apple, a handful or 2 of goji berries. And I know I say goji berries, that's just the way I like to say it. But you know, everyone's different, so you're going to have to experiment with what you like and what you enjoy eating, and according to your body type. Like I said, you don't have to have a whole lot of protein if you're not exercising, if you're not lifting up, you know, a whole lot of weights when you're doing your workout routine. You know, if you're doing a lot of cardio, stuff like that, then again, you still want to take in some extra protein. So, but if you're not into, you know, doing, you know, a whole lot of exercise, you know, if you're just, you know, like when I'm on my days off, for example, or if I take 2 days off, I don't eat a whole lot of, you know, greens. I only have probably 1 shake, but I might not have the buckwheats. So, and that's because my body, you know, is not extending that extra energy, so I don't need to have it, you know. Your body will tell you if you're pushing your body too much and you're not getting the nutrients in. Your body's going to tell you that you need something more. You're going to be craving something, so sometimes you just got to go for it. Hopefully it's not something fried or, you know, bunch of processed foods. So you want to try to stick with the whole fresh foods, green shakes, things like that. So, okay guys, that's pretty much it. This is what I'm having for breakfast this morning. Now you know what I have throughout the day for my green shakes. And as you can see the buckwheats in there. You can see the raisins, the blueberries, the bananas. And, you know, and I tear this stuff up all the time, and, you know, I just love it. That's good stuff. So, if you want to try a different kind of cereal, you know, you don't have the dehydrator to do something more fancier, try this out. It's pretty good, and it's extremely high in nutrients, okay? So make sure you remember to get your nutrients in. Alright guys, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you got any questions. And that's it, and I'll see y'all next time on The Raw Food Muscle.